just take a moment to notice how you feel this afternoon. Okay, so just close your eyes for a second. Let your body be still. And just notice overall how you feel. In fact, specifically, bring your awareness to your feet, to your ankles, to your knees, to your hips, to your torso and your back, especially your low back, your shoulders and your neck. Make a mental picture of both arms, all the way down to the fingertips. And feel through your whole head. And notice, especially your face and your muscles around your eyes and your mouth. Just notice if they're tight or tense. And just feel your body overall. And just checking in to see how you feel now, because as I mentioned last week, you check in at the beginning, you check in at the end. And a lot of times when you do physical activity, yoga, skating, whatever, you change the way you feel energetically. Sometimes you get more energy, sometimes you feel calmer. So just get an idea of how you feel right now. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Maybe at your nostrils or at your belly button, maybe your chest. And just feel the air go in and out. And now deepen your breath. So imagine you're filling your whole body with your breath. So feel the expansion of your body on the inhale and feel how your whole body kind of contracts and gets smaller on the exhale. Take 5 more breaths in this way. Full deep breath. See if you can breathe in and out your nose. So fill the whole body with the inhalation and release any tiredness, any tension with the exhalation. And after those 5 deep breaths, stop controlling your breath and let it go back to its regular, normal pattern. And then bring the awareness back to your body. And then feel the floor beneath you. And then open your eyes and sit up nice and tall. If you're lying down in Shavasana, come back to the base position. And let's start with ankle crank. We've been doing this one I know we did it last week. We'll do it again this week. So grab your feet, grab your toes, bring your leg across. So you're sitting up nice and tall. The other leg is straight, toes are pointing up to the sky or the ceiling. Go ahead and start cranking your ankle 7 times in each direction. And then the other way. Good. Good. Bring your knee in. Realign your knee. See if you can tell the difference between one ankle and the other. Maybe, maybe not. Then bring the other leg across. Grab hold of your toes. Sit up tall because you kind of want to do this. That's what I was just doing until I remembered. Sit up nice and tall 7 times. Seven in each direction. And then bring your knee in. Good. So we've been doing some knee rotations, but we're going to move to another knee thing, but it also is going to be our core. So we're going to do double knee bend. So take your fingers, point them to your bottom and lean back. So you're like this. So your elbows are bent. Now take your knees up to your chest. We've done this one. Inhale, straighten your legs, keep your forearms and elbows off the ground, and then exhale, bring your knees in. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale out, exhale in. That's 3. We're going to try 10. 4, elbows stay off the ground, 5, 6, 7, come in together, stretch out, 8, 9, 10, and you can relax down for a second, give yourself a break. And then sit yourself back up if you're lying down. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a twist. So we're still working on our abdomen. Take your feet wide. I don't know if we've done this one before. So take your feet wide. Bring your arms out to the side in a T. Take a deep breath in again. And then twist. So your right hand is on your right ankle, shin, or toe, and look back. Same arm, same foot. Then inhale to the center, back into a T, and then go the other way. And then come back together. So I'm gonna turn this way so you can see me. Same hand, same foot, look back over your upgoing arm behind you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale in the middle, exhale, twist. Inhale in the middle, exhale, twist. Look behind you. Now, on this one, inhale in the middle. What happens if you try to go to the opposite side? That's quite a twist. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale back to the center. 3 more on each side. You can do same arm, same foot, or you can continue to try to go to opposite arm. It's a big twist in the middle. Your arms are probably getting a little tired. Deep breaths. I think we got 1 more on each side. Bring your arms down. Go ahead and sit back. Rest. Feel through your core. Feel through here. Feel through your shoulders. All right. So we went up through the knee, we kind of skipped the hips a little bit, but we'll come back to them. All right, let's go to our shoulders. So if you would like to sit cross-legged, you can. And let's do 1 arm at a time. So go ahead and place your right hand on your right shoulder. So we're gonna do 7 forward. Going forward and then back. Good. And once you finish 7, go back first. Inhale up, exhale, come down. Good. Now, when you finish that, place your hand down. And do you feel different? Notice if you feel different. And try the other side. Let's go to the other side. Right hand, right shoulder, whatever one you're doing, or left hand, left shoulder. Inhale, bring the elbow forward and back. Big circle. Mine's really crunchy. You might hear some crunching or feel some crunching. Once you get to 7, reverse for 7. All right, bring your arms down. And now we'll do both arms, but just 4 in each direction. So go ahead and bring both arms up. Bring your elbows down. Inhale, bring them forward and up. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders. Just 4 times in each direction. Press down. Just a couple more, joint mobility. Next one is the wrists. We're going to try to hold the arms up the whole time for 3 different wrist ones, 7 each. See what you can do. See if you can keep your arms up the whole time. So go ahead and bring them out in front. Roll your shoulders down into their sockets so you're not here. This is really hard to do. This is a lot easier. Tuck your thumbs in, squeeze, exhale like you're dropping something. So 7 of those, 2, now readjust your shoulders. Inhale like you're stopping traffic. Exhale, palms back towards your body. Two more. Hi, Lily. Lily, can you go ahead and mute yourself? I think you're on, Lily.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, honey. All right. And last one. Readjust. Tuck your thumbs in 7 times in each direction. Other way. Now bring your arms down. Oh, it's tiring. All right, neck movements. Let's start with up and down. So 7 up and down, relax your shoulders. Inhale, look up. Exhale, drop your chin. Inhale, look up. And you can close your eyes. You really don't have to look up. 5 more. We have 1 more. Bringing your head back to the center. Now let's look over the shoulder. So inhale, exhale one direction. Inhale back to the center. Exhale the other direction. So if you can coordinate your breath, you exhale as you look over your shoulder. Inhale back to the center. Nice gentle movements side to side, working on your neck flexibility, getting any stiffness from sitting for long periods out of the neck. I think we had about 2 more on each side. And we have 1 more of these to do. Good. And now ear to shoulder. So take a breath in, sit up nice and tall again. Take your ear to your shoulder, feel that nice stretch alongside your neck. Inhale back up, exhale the other way. Keep going. Side to side. You have 4 more, I think. Okay, I think this might be the last one. Good. Warm-up's done. So just sit for a second, feeling from your toes, ankles, all the way back up to the neck. After those simple joint mobility movements. And now we're going to come on to our abdomen. Do some things that we've been doing and then some new ones today. So we're going to start with something we've done. And that's going to be crocodile. So bring your big toes together. Bring your forearms together, elbows down. Rest your head in your hands. So you have a gentle stretch in your back. And just hang on for a few minutes. Maybe not a few minutes, just a few, maybe 10, 15 breaths or so. So maybe about a minute. And just notice where you feel that stretch. Crocodile is supposed to be a relaxation posture. So if you feel really tight in your back, well, then you probably need to work on it. But if it's really bothering you, come onto your fists. But just keep following your breath as it moves in and out. You can imagine that you can direct your breath right to wherever you feel tightness. Breathing in flexibility, breathing out any discomfort. A nice gentle extension for your low back. Take 3 more breaths in this position, and then you're going to press back into child's pose. All right, coming down, taking your hands beneath your shoulders, press back, up through table, and then press all the way back into child's pose. And then while in child's pose, walk your hands over to the right. So you get a little side stretch. So feel that nice big stretch along the side of the body. And walk your hands back to the middle. Then walk them over to the other side. Feel the stretch along the other side of the body. And then come back in the middle. And then coming up and back onto your belly. Now this next one we have not done, I don't think. At least not, maybe last summer, some of you may have done it. This is called bow pose. In fact, some of you did do it last summer. Bow pose is where you do your very best, maybe to grab your pant leg, ideally to grab your ankle. And you start like this, and you take a breath in, and you lift everything up, trying to lift your thighs off the ground, your chest off the ground, so it's a big stretch for your thighs. And then you exhale and come back down again. So grab your feet if you can. If you can't grab them, what can you do? Do you have socks on? You don't have socks on. There you go. Some of you are getting it. So do your best to grab. Take a breath in and lift up. And then lower. Lift up. And then lower. 4 more times like that. Inhale, lift up. And lower 3 more times. Inhale, lift. And lower. 2 more. Last one. See if you can hold this one. Hold it. Take 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. And relax. Go ahead and press yourself back again for a counter pose. Probably feels pretty good after that big, that's a big extension in the back. All right. Coming up onto your hands and knees. So just watch real quickly. I think we did this one last week, and I know you did. I know you did opposite arm, opposite leg with Coach Krista. I think you did this, but this one is tiger, and I can't remember if we did it. So you inhale your leg back, exhale, bring your nose to your knee, inhale your leg back, and then, well, actually, let me start that again. Inhale your leg back, exhale, bring your head up and try to touch your toe. to your head, which you can see I have a long way to go. Inhale back out and then exhale around, back to your knee. So come into table. I'll talk you through it, and hopefully I'll get it together. So hands underneath your shoulders. Okay. Roll your shoulders in their sockets so there's a little bit of bend in your elbows so you don't feel like you're really just pressing on your wrists. So bend a little bit. Okay, bellies are in. Inhale that leg straight back. Exhale, bend your knee and look up. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, round your back. Try to bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, straighten your leg back. Exhale, bend, look up. This is a big one for the back if you haven't noticed. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back, nose to your knee. Inhale, straighten that leg out. Exhale, bend. I think we did this one last week. 2 more after this. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. So just 5 of these on each side. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. And sit back again in child's pose. Giving your back a break. That's a huge stretch for those side back muscles. That's really tough. All right, we got the other side. We have the other side. So I started with my right and I'm going to my left, but I just turned my body around so you could see. My hands are directly underneath my shoulders. Get ready. That left leg goes straight back, or whatever leg you're starting, whatever leg you didn't do. Straight back. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round your back. Just 2 more. Inhale, leg goes straight. Exhale, the knee bends. Inhale, the leg is straight. Exhale, try to touch your nose to your knee. Last one. And press your hips back in child's pose. Okay. How you doing? Okay? All right, now we're going to work on some of the pieces, parts for the sun salutation because we're still working on that. So we're going to start with cat, cow into downward dog. We've been doing this one pretty much every week. So coming into table. Roll your toes under so you're ready for that downward dog. Get ready. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Continue to exhale as you come up into downward dog and flatten your back. Walk your heels out, up and down a little bit to stretch out the back of your body, hanging out in downward dog. Keep stretching. Okay, get ready. Come onto your toes and come back down. Now we'll do it all together without stopping. So inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Continue to exhale, flatten your back. Let your head hang. Look back at your knees. Inhale onto your toes. Exhale, straight back down. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round your back. Pull your belly button up towards your spine. Look back at your knees. Then pick your hips up. Push your hips back. Let your head hang. Good. Inhale onto your toes. Exhale down. We have 4 more. Inhale. Nice extension. Exhale. You're flexing your spine. Now you're flattening everything out as your hips go back. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Continue to exhale, flatten. This is a good weight bearing pose for your upper body players. So doing downward dog is really good. 2 more. You're building strength in your upper body so you can get stronger and stronger for those push-ups. Lift your hips up, press back onto the toes and down. Last one. Inhale, exhale, and press those hips back. Good. Now stay in downward dog. Walk those heels up and down again. Good. Now what happens if you try to lift one leg and do the dog going to the bathroom on the fire hydrant? So kind of twist around, let your leg hang, looking under your armpit, and then coming back up, coming down. Now the other side, lift the other leg, twist the other way, look under the other armpit, and come up, come down to your knees, back into child's pose. Take your arms and bring them behind you. Give your arms a break. Okay. Coming up onto your knees. We're going to move into equestrian or runner's lunge into that half moon. Okay, so come on up onto your knees. If you're somewhere where it's kind of like you have really hard surface and you have a mat, players, I probably haven't told you this before, but you can always do this. See how I'm rolling my mat and I make it extra soft. So now my knees feel good because I'm on this really uneven grass. There's rocks and stuff underneath, so it feels better when I take my mat like that. So starting like this, starting with your right leg, take a big step forward, come into your knee, make sure your knee is directly over your ankle. Now, take your hands, sweep them up straight, so you're reaching to the sky. Keep reaching and see if you can lean back. And then on an exhalation, bring the hands back down into runner's lunge or equestrian. Press through that heel, inhale, exhale, bring that leg back. Good. Inhale the other leg forward. Exhale, knee comes right over the ankle. Feel the stretch in that other hip. Sweep those arms up, stretch them up to the sky or the ceiling, and see if you can lean back a little bit. And then on an exhalation, bring them down. Press through that heel and come back. Good. Inhale, right leg or first leg. Exhale, come into your knee. Sweep those arms up. Lean back. Exhale down. Press through your heel. Come back around. Other leg. Inhale. Exhale. Sweep the arms up. Lean back. Exhale down. Push back. Okay, 3 more on each side. Okay. First leg comes forward. Come into your knee. Sweep the arms up and back. Exhale down. Press through your heel and switch. Left, opposite leg. Go ahead. Keep going. And step forward, inhale. Keep your balance, maybe look in front of you. Maybe do 1 more on each side. I don't know if you are going at the same rate as me. But 1 more on each side. That's a good stretch for your hips, quads, back, shoulders, chest. And rest back again. All right, before we stand up, we're going to continue to work on our perfect plank position, full plank position, and the side plank. So for the last couple weeks, we've been doing plank to side plank. So we're going to work on that. So coming into your table position. So we're going to go table, downward dog, plank, side plank, and switch it up. We're going to do that 3 times. Hands under your shoulders, roll your toes under, come through downward dog. Now, come into your plank. Roll your shoulders in, belly buttons up. Now, roll over, side plank, belly buttons in. Maybe you're looking up. Come back to the middle. Press your heels back, be strong in your plank. Then go to the other side. Take a few breaths. Back to the middle, back through downward dog, up on your toes, back to table, and then resting in Thunderbolt. This is Thunderbolt, hanging out here. 2 more times. Let's try to do 2 to 3 full breaths once we get to each plank. First one, we did it kind of quick. So come back into table, roll your toes under. These are looking good. Hips up and back. Now, into your plank. Belly buttons in, take those 3 breaths. A good plank. Anton, push yourself forward. There you go. Belly buttons in. All right, get ready. Side plank, roll over, lift that down hip up. So don't let it dip here. Lift it up. Look up at your upgoing arm, or maybe your arms, whoa, maybe your arms along your side. Come back through the middle. Just to switch. We don't need to hang out there for those breaths. Let's switch to the other side. Hand on your leg or up. Belly buttons in. 3 breaths. Back to the middle. Let's do 3 breaths here. Downward facing dog. Onto your toes, back to table, into Thunderbolt. Whew. Do some wrist rotation. I'm glad we took extra time today for our wrists. All right, 1 more. Ready? Let's go. Table. Grab the ground, shoulder blades in. Their sockets. Roll your toes under, hips up and back. Let your head hang. You're in your downward dog. Now you're in your awesome plank. Your shoulder blades are together. Your belly button's up. You're pushing your heels behind you. 3 deep breaths. Now roll to one side. Hand along the side of your body or up. Find a focal point, especially if you're unbalanced like I am today. 3 breaths here. Back to the middle. Switch to the other side. Back to the middle. 3 more good breaths. Hips up, into downward dog, onto your toes, down to table, back in Thunderbolt. Whew. Let's see your muscles. You've got to be getting stronger. Okay. We're going to come into downward dog, jump our feet forward, and we're going to move through 3 rounds of the modified sun salutation. We're putting it together. So, back into table. Roll your toes under. Come up through downward facing dog. Now, look at your hands. Bend those knees. Jump all the way forward. Straighten your legs. Let your head hang. Soften those knees. And then slowly roll up, letting your arms hang, your head hang. Lifting your head last. And coming up to a standing position. All right, so come to the, if you have a mat, come to the very front of your mat. Okay. Hands down by your sides. And just close your eyes for just a minute and just listen to my words. So in that space in front of the closed eyes, make a mental picture of a brilliant rising sun coming up over the horizon. And you all know that without the sun, we wouldn't have anything on this planet. The sun is necessary for all of the plants, everything that's going on wouldn't be here if we didn't have this sun. So just imagine that energy of the sun is also inside of you. So when you exercise and you have a lot of energy in you and you use that energy to be kind, to be generous, that's an example of the same thing that the sun does to the whole earth. Okay, it spreads its warmth everywhere. Okay, so if you can keep that in mind as we go through this and all the time, especially when you don't want to be very sunshiny on the inside. Okay, so see if you can draw upon that mental picture and the idea of what the sun does to the earth. So please bring your hands to your heart in the prayer position. Take a breath in and out. And then press through your feet, stretch those fingers up, just like you were doing in the half moon pose. Now lean the whole body back, keeping your ears between your elbows. Come up, hands on your hips. Exhale, fold forward, feel the stretch in your hamstrings, bend your knees. Inhale, bring that right leg back into equestrian or runner's lunge. Exhale, bring the left leg back into downward facing dog. Come onto the toes, drop into table. Inhale, cow. We've done all this today already. Exhale, cat. Press back into downward dog. Now, the hard part. Pick up that left leg, look at your hands, and do whatever you can to bring the left foot right between your hands. Back into that equestrian. Exhale, right to left. Knees are bent, hands on your hips. Press to your feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lean back, come up, and exhale into prayer. That's the first side of the first round. Inhale, come up. Stretch those fingertips up, lean back. Feel the stretch on the front and the back of the body. Exhale, hands on your hips. Press your hips back. Bend your knees. Inhale the left leg back into equestrian. Exhale the right leg back into downward dog. Come onto your toes, drop into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Press back into downward dog. Now, the other foot. So pick the right foot up now. Look at your hands. Pick that right foot up and see if you can bring it all the way through. Maybe you got to lift it up. Drop that back knee down. That's it. Josh, good job. Exhale, left to right. Hands on your hips. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lean back, come up, and exhale into prayer. All right, we're going to just do one more round, not 3, but 2 today. Take a deep breath in and out. A little bit faster. Inhale up. Lean back. Come up. Hands on your hips. Exhale forward. Bend your knees. Inhale the right leg back into equestrian. Exhale the left leg back into downward dog. That's it, Lily. Come onto your toes. Drop into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Press back into downward dog. Picking up the left foot. Look at your hands. Swing that left leg up there. Get it all the way between your fingertips or between the 2 hands. Exhale, right to left. Hands on your hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lean back, come up. Exhale into prayer. Second side of the second round. Inhale up. Lean back. come up. Exhale forward. Bend your knees. Inhale, left leg back, equestrian. Exhale, right leg back, downward facing dog. Hold the breath out, come onto your toes. Deep breath in for cow. Exhale for cat. Continue to exhale for downward dog. Pick that right leg up. Look at your hands. Bring that right leg through. Take your left leg, bring it to your right. Hands on your hips. Sweep those arms up. Lean back. Come up. Exhale into prayer. Bring your arms down. Close your eyes for a second and feel through your body as you're standing up. Noticing any energy you might feeling, any warmness in the middle, tingling in the arms. And then we're going to end with a short breathing exercise. So come on down onto your backs into Shavasana. I'm not going to be lying in Shavasana the whole time, so just in the beginning with all of you. So just coming into Shavasana, your arms are comfortably away from your sides. Your feet are about hip distance apart and your feet are flopped out and your head is to the center. And just notice how your body feels. It's just as you finish those 2 rounds of sun salutation. Notice how you're breathing. Maybe you're breathing a little heavy. And noticing any change in how you feel now compared to how you felt when we first started 45 minutes ago. I've mentioned this before, but one of the cool things about yoga is sometimes it's hard to get started, but once you get into it, at the end of it, there's a change. Either it's more energy, more calmness, a better night's sleep. So I'd like you to just pay attention to those kind of things, those changes. That's why I ask you to pay attention in the beginning and then at the end again. So noting any change from the beginning of this class to now. And then we're going to continue to work on our abdominal breathing, but we're going to try to breathe in a 1-to-1 ratio. And what that means is you're going to breathe equally in and out. So take your right hand, place it on your navel or your belly button. Take your left hand and place it on that bone, the clavicle, right in the middle of your chest. And just begin with the eyes closed. Begin to take the breath from the nose to the navel. So right from the nose into the right hand. So as you inhale, feel the right hand rise away from the spine. And as you exhale, feel it fall. Feel your whole belly expanding with the in-breath and contracting with the out-breath. And as you continue, on your next in-breath, count how long it takes to breathe in and how long it takes to breathe out. So maybe it took you a count of 3 or 4 to breathe in and maybe 4 or 5 to breathe out. Just notice. And then choose the lower number. It's usually the inhale number. And then begin to breathe equally in and out. So if it takes a count of 3 on the way in, exhale to a count of 3. Whatever that number is for you, it might be different for everybody. But the left hand isn't moving. So we're working on our abdominal breathing. We're working on utilizing the lowest part of our lungs. That's the part that we need when we're sitting on the bench in between shifts. It's the part we need when we're driving to our practice to get ready for practice, especially when we're tired. We need all the oxygen we can get. And we get the best oxygen, the most oxygen when we utilize the bottom part of our lungs. So right now you're continuing to breathe equally in, whatever that count is, and then out to that same count. That's what it means to breathe in a 1-to-1 ratio, equally in, equally out. Now, if that count is easy, what happens if you try to increase it by 1? Without strain, though. But you also have to breathe out to the same number. So try to increase it by 1, and if there's strain, go back to the number that you were just using. Whatever number you're using, continue for 3 more breaths in that way. And after those 3 breaths, if you're still lying in Shavasana, bring your arms down. If you're sitting, you can place your hands on your knees. And just notice how you feel after practicing the deep breathing practice of abdominal breathing, equally in and out, knowing that that is a technique that helps our breath capacity. It helps expand our breath capacity. And what that means is how deeply we can breathe all the time. So as athletes, we have to think about every breath as being pretty important. We want to get the most out of every single breath. So when we practice these deep breathing exercises, it's going to help our breath capacity when we're skating. And it helps us not get so tired because we're getting all of that oxygen in to all of our muscles. So bring your awareness now from how you feel in the breath to the floor beneath you. And slowly begin to move. If you're lying down, making your way up to a seated position. Unmute yourself, unless I can do it. I think I have to ask you. All right. Okay, how are you feeling today?